night on the south today. A third day of frosts in Dunedin sees some hill roads closed, car accidents and delays for buses. Aotearoa New Zealand prepares to celebrate the Māori New Year, Matariki, with a range of events. And a Lawrence cat named Bowie is taking his remaining 7 lives and heading for greener pastures. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Hannah Wilkins. Icy conditions in Dunedin have caused widespread disruption for public transport users this morning, with many bus services in the city delayed.
Slippery road conditions forced people to tread carefully, with the frosty morning causing delays to many local bus services as hill roads froze. Police say Fee Street and Heriot Row were closed this morning after a car slid into a parked car at an intersection just before 6 a.m. They were one of a handful of drivers coming to minor grief on the icy roads. The Otago Regional Council kept travellers updated via their website and phone app, advising people to expect significant delays on their morning commute. In Pine Hill and Opaho, the ORC warned, due to ice in these areas, the roads are currently too dangerous for buses to travel along. Buses there starting at the Gardens stop instead. Police are reminding drivers to take care due to the continuing icy roads, with a number of crashes around the city. In Dunedin, the South today.
Dunedin's annual Octacan food drive saw many people braving wintry conditions today to donate to people in need. Items donated go to the food bank at Presbyterian Support Otago, who say the need is greater than ever.
Stars aligned as Dunedinites donated to Presbyterian Support Otago's Octacan food drive this morning. Even 18-month-old Nita from Pioneer's home-based childcare proved you're never too young to know the gift of giving. Presbyterian Support says the cost of living has driven up the need for people to come to them for help.
8 out of 10 new clients to the food bank are new clients to us that have never reached out for help before, and we've seen a 40% increase in the amount of food parcels that we're having to deliver.
The event began at 7:30 a.m. as those bringing canned food helped to bring the event's theme into shape. Each year the organisation has a theme, and PSO's Jude McCracken says as the nation's first Matariki holiday is tomorrow, it seemed logical for them to arrange this year's crop of cans into the 7 stars of the Matariki cluster. King's High School was just one of the many organisations who worked towards donating to the event.
All our different house groups are bringing cans, a little bit of a rivalry between the houses and groups, and essentially it's just to show our support for the community, to make sure that we're helping others who need it, and really getting out there and doing our part.
It means quite a lot to me personally. I've been able to come out every year and help the community and often help organise it too, with seeing all the other senior leaders come through and do it, and this is my first year to be able to be the leader and help out.
Presbyterian Support hopes the cans collected today will see the organisation through until Christmas, but it says demand is already very high.
The need is huge. So before August last year we were averaging about 63 food parcels a week. Currently we're up around 100 to 120 a week.
And while Octacan is a special event, the organisation always welcomes donations at its Moray Place headquarters. In Dunedin, the South today.
Dunedin is set to celebrate the first official Matariki public holiday with a range of events this weekend. A dawn ceremony is being held from 7 a.m. tomorrow at the Otago Museum Reserve, remembering loved ones who've died recently. And over the next 3 nights, there'll be a spectacular water and light show in the harbour basin.
Mana Moana Otipoti is part of the city's Matariki Festival, with the immersive show on the waterfront running over Friday, Saturday and Sunday nights. The 35-minute water and light show is described as a breathtaking cinematic experience for the whole family. The Dunedin event is based on a concept by co-curators Rachel Rakena and Michael Bridgman and is produced by Wellington production studio Storybox. It features the work of Māori and Pasifika artists through images, short films and dance, all projected onto a special water screen over Otago Harbour. This creates the illusion of the images appearing out of thin air, giving a 3D effect. The event here will reflect the connections of Otipoti Dunedin to the wider Pacific Ocean. The free show at Steamer Wharf is funded by the Dunedin City Council. It'll play on a half-hour loop from 5:30 each night, with an evening food market running alongside the festivities. In Dunedin, The South Today.
Kiwis are being encouraged to identify and count the birds in their gardens for their annual New Zealand Garden Bird Survey. In the past, Otago has always had the highest number of survey participants on a per capita basis, but it's not the only region promoting the event. Participants are asked to spend 1 hour watching and noting the number of species of birds in their gardens on a day over the next week. They can then report their findings online via the Garden Bird Survey website or via a survey form printed in some papers, including the Otago Daily Times. The survey is organised by Landcare Research with the goal of helping researchers better understand bird populations in urban and garden environments. An independent cat, which has become a local identity in Lawrence, is about to leave the town. The feline, named Bowie, is one cat who's definitely used up some of his 9 lives.
You might be forgiven for thinking this large white cat that roamed the Lawrence streets was a tailless Manx, but the cocky and confident feline actually lost his tail after a tussle with some neighbouring Rottweilers while previously living in Hamilton. His owner Tracy Henderson says they also discovered he'd survived a shooting.
He was with us for about a week and he decided that it would be a really good idea to go and play with the dogs next door. As it happens, he lost his tail and it had to be removed surgically by the vets, and at the same time the vet found a bullet in his chest. So they removed that and he came home with us and he recovered just fine.
They named the cat Bowie because of his bi-coloured eyes, similar to rock star David Bowie. The Moggie's become a well-known identity in Lawrence over the past 3 years, cajoling treats from nearby shop owners.
He just gives you that look. He's got different coloured eyes, okay, so he's been shot, as you know, no tail, and poor boy, gives you that look and you just go, oh.
But Bowie's family are now moving 10 kilometres down the road to Waitahuna, where it's hoped he'll enjoy his new habitat and help out with pest control.
Hopefully he'll be a bit of a mouse catcher with a bit of luck, and we'll see how he goes from there. Hopefully he doesn't make his way back to Lawrence, so we'll see.
The plan is to leave Bowie indoors at Waitahuna until he gets acclimatised to his new surroundings. In Lawrence, The South Today.
Whai Yakane, still to come on The South Today. An old girl in the Southern Lakes from the 1860s is being restored to her former glory, and Matariki celebrations begin early in Cromwell.
Hi, my name's Matt and I'm the Dines Group CEO. Dines is a company that's focused on selling logistics solutions to its customers. We're passionate about selling efficiency and we've been selling efficiency for over 50 years now.
My mate John's got a mint deal going. There's free furniture and beds this weekend at My Mate John's. Buy 2, get 1 half price. Buy 3, get 1 free.
And My Mate John. Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell menswear, it fits.
Hi, we're Age Concern Otago.
Age Concern Otago hosts a multitude of social activities, including Little Bobs.
Well Disability Resource Centre, a not-for-profit charitable organisation and your one-stop shop for information and resources to help you retain independence. We offer a wide range of assistive products from jar openers to mobility scooters and provide assessments for Total Mobility, the half-price taxi scheme. Come and see the friendly team. You'll find us on the corner of George and Bath Streets, ground floor of Burns House.
Every day the team at Gillian supports grieving families at their time of need, from answering your questions to organising a farewell that reflects the wishes of your loved one. We can help. Call Gillian's today. If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Tēnā koe, welcome back. A popular Dunedin craft brewery has been put up for sale, but its owner says it's for personal reasons rather than financial. New Corporation has been listed on the market with a $1.7 million asking price. Ian McKinlay co-owns the business with business company Southern Capital. They started the operation in 2015 in an historic building, brick stable in Dunedin's Crawford Street. The listing describes the sale as a serious opportunity, noting the facility can produce about 1 million litres of beer a year. McKinlay is hoping to find a new owner with a fresh drive and passion to take the distinctive craft brewery to the next level. One of the oldest buildings in Queenstown is being restored to its former glory. The historic cottage in Lower Shotover was originally constructed in the 1860s, and now a builder from Northern Ireland has taken on the big project to bring it back to life.
A unique doer-upper from the 1800s. This suburban cottage is thought to be one of the oldest buildings in the Whakatipu Basin. Now the rustic structure is being restored by a builder who moved to Queenstown from Northern Ireland in 2011. John Hudson decided to take on the challenge of the restoration project a few months ago. He originally bought the property, including the old building, in 2019 and says there was a lot of intrigue surrounding it.
Yeah, just seen the land come available through Shotover Country. The sections released, and yeah, I had a lot of interest in this section as it was that big and the historic cottage on it.
It's believed the cottage was built by farmer Thomas Hicks sometime between the 1860s and 1870s. It's estimated it'll cost around $200,000 to renovate the building. Its most significant feature is its timber shingle roof, now protected by corrugated iron, which suggests it was built pre-1875. The restored cottage will include a living room, bedroom and bathroom, with Hudson planning to pay tribute to the building's former glory by replicating some parts of the building. It's a huge project, but Hudson insists he understood the commitment he was making when taking on the project.
Well, I did know that there, and I would, accepted the challenge, and I wanted to restore it to its natural glory, really, and
I guess the bonus is that you are a builder yourself, so
yeah, exactly. So I knew what I could do and how I could improve the land.
Hudson hopes to finish the renovation work by November. He wants to open the historic cottage up to the public, with the idea of using the unique building as an Airbnb rental property. In Queenstown, The South Today.
Many centres will be officially celebrating Matariki tomorrow. However, some schools, such as Cromwell Primary, chose to mark the occasion during the week.
Cromwell Primary School pupils celebrated Matariki with songs, lanterns and a warming fire on Wednesday night, just after the shortest day or winter solstice. In Maori culture, Matariki marks when the star cluster called Pleiades or Subaru starts to become visible again over the eastern horizon just before dawn. Over the coming months, this star cluster plus the nearby belt of Orion will rise higher in the sky to be visible for about 10 months of the year. Traditional Maori culture used the star's reappearance to mark midwinter and also for timing the planting of crops in the spring. The Maori New Year largely fell out of use during the 20th century, but Matariki was revived in the 1990s and this year was made an official public holiday. In Cromwell, the South Today.
A Dunedin paleontologist is asking for suggestions about which fossil might best represent New Zealand. The idea is inspired by several Australian states, which each have chosen an extinct animal to represent their fossil record.
Which extinct animal best represents this country's long and varied fossil record? Should it be a plesiosaur skeleton from 70 million years ago, or perhaps Moa, which died off some 500 years ago? University of Otago paleontologist Nick Rawlins is calling for suggestions in a bid to find an animal that could become an emblem representing New Zealand's fossil history.
By choosing an emblem, we can really use it to basically inspire the next generation of paleontologists, but also for fossil tourism.
Rawlins's idea is inspired by examples across the ditch. Western Australia adopted a fossilised fish from 380 million years ago as their fossil emblem, and other Australian states have also picked up on the idea.
New South Wales has a 370 million year old globe-finned freshwater fish. The ACT's got a brachiopod around about 500 million years ago, and Victoria has just chosen a 125 million year old giant amphibian.
He's now asking for suggestions from locals to create a shortlist which can be put up to a public vote. And he says the fossils don't necessarily have to be weird or exotic.
It could be a common mollusk or seashell we find in the fossil record that's widespread across New Zealand that kids can find, that they can hold this emblem in their hand.
The plan is to showcase the top 10 fossil nominations on a website for the public to vote on. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Whai Yakane. After the break on the South Today, a celebration of light festival transforms Christchurch's Cathedral Square, and we'll take a look at the weather for the long Matariki weekend.
Drop when you every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
My mate John's got a mint deal going. There's free furniture and beds this weekend at My Mate John's. Buy any 2 items and you'll get 1 at half price. Buy any 3 items and you'll get 1 for free. Free furniture and beds! Buy 2, get 1 half price. Buy 3, get 1 free. This weekend only at John's Furniture Warehouse, Stafford Street and online.
Where'd you get that furniture from? Stafford Street and My Mate John.
Tēnā koe, welcome back. The area around Christchurch's Cathedral Square is being transformed with a series of innovative lighting. The installations, projections and illuminated artworks are part of the city's Te Rema Mai Festival.
Dazzling displays of colour will light up the night in Christchurch's central city tomorrow, as it celebrates Matariki. Te Rema Mai is back for its 2nd year. The Winter Lighting Festival celebrates Matariki, a star cluster that traditionally signals the start of the Māori New Year. The opening night of Te Rema Mai coincides with New Zealand's first Matariki public holiday. Brand new lighting displays, illuminated artworks and projections will feature over the next 10 days of the festival. Live performances will tell the story of Matariki. Centrepiece attraction will be a 21-metre long illuminated tunnel with dazzling light displays and a recording telling the Ngāi Tahu creation story. Circo Kali also return to perform their mix of aerial acrobatics and fire acts over the next 2 weekends. Te Rema Mai wraps up next Sunday. In Christchurch, the South today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South today. A 3rd day of frosts in Dunedin saw some hill roads closed around the city, along with a series of minor car accidents and delays for bus commuters. Towns and cities across Aotearoa, New Zealand are preparing to celebrate Matariki, or the Māori New Year, tomorrow with a range of events and activities. And a cat named Bowie, who's become a bit of a celebrity in Lawrence, is taking his remaining 7 lives and moving his paws to greener pastures. And now a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, and we welcome the Deputy Editor, Craig Page. Kia ora, Craig.
Good evening. Some changes afoot for Princes Street. The DCC's calling for public interest really on what they might do with the area. There's been concerns for a while about, I guess, safety for cyclists, pedestrians, and trying to make it a bus route as well. Such an important corridor for the city really, and so wide as well. So there's lots of issues there. So the DCC's front-footing it really and asking members of the public to come forward and identify what their issues are with the road and what they might like to see it as well. So I guess they can't complain down the track as they want.
That's right. Yes, there's an opportunity to have a say now, and then hopefully we can somewhat agree.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a wee way down the track before they do any work there, but they are just starting to put the feelers out and see what people want. So good on them for that. We're also getting a early preview tonight of the Mana Moana Light Festival down at Otago Harbour. Of course, it's part of Matariki.
Yeah, I'm excited about that one.
Yeah, it is. 3 nights from Friday through to Sunday. So, it's going to be really spectacular. So we're getting some early photos tonight, and they'll be in tomorrow's paper. So have a look and pick a night to go along.
Yeah.
Inside Out Pages is all about making compost. Because the DCC suggested putting a waste food container at the front gate, but We've got some alternatives. Put it back in the soil. So we've got 6 steps to making the ideal compost there. So
Stunning.
no
All right,
excuse.
look forward to reading that.
And Sports Tab tomorrow as well. Big news today with the Highlanders signing Chiefs winger Jonah Lowe. He's been a bit of the star for the Chiefs, and I know people have been grizzling about our outside backs in the Highlanders, so it might be the answer.
Yeah.
And also local lock Fabian Holland as well has been signed for a contract next year as well.
Fantastic. Oh, good on him.
Yeah, and business end of club rugby, semi-finals around the country and final round robin in Dunedin club rugby this weekend. So my mighty Tyree side's already through and got the bye this week, so the rest are scrapping up the
too
other spots.
easy, you
so
think?
There you go. Exactly.
All right, thank you. Have a lovely long Matariki weekend,
You
Craig.
too. Thank you.
And now for a look at the weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Looking at the situation, northerlies are developing tomorrow with a series of weakening cold fronts due over the weekend, keeping the weather changeable in the west, but mostly fine out east. Heading to the top of the South Island first, it'll be a wet and windy day in Nelson tomorrow with 13 degrees. Greymouth will be cloudy with a few showers and a high of 14, while Christchurch has a frosty start and then a clear day with 13. To our southern towns now, it'll be a crisp day with light northerlies. The Catlins, Lumsden, Balclutha and Gore are all heading for 11 degrees with a bit of cloud. Travelling westwards to the Central Lakes area. Cloudy skies and light winds on and off through here. Wanaka will get 9, 8 for Queenstown, 12 for Alexandra, and Te Anau heads for a high of 11 degrees. To the northern towns next. There'll be breezy northerlies and high cloud overhead through here tomorrow. Timaru and Awamaru get up to 13 as the high, and it's looking much the same over in Twizel and Omarama. A bit cooler though, with highs of 10 degrees. Down to Dunedin. Fine and cold tonight with northerlies as it drops down to 0. It should be clear enough in the morning to cast your eyes up to the skies and catch the Matariki cluster before dawn, but it will be chilly. Then a sunny day with patchy cloud and light winds. The high will be 13 and then a low of 7 overnight. Saturday's looking very similar as we welcome warmer temperatures and say goodbye to Jack Frost. It'll get up to 12 and then down to 6 degrees. And now to Invercargill. Fine tonight, dropping down to 0. Starting off the long weekend, tomorrow will be sunny with a bit of high cloud. Expect a high of 13 and a low of 5. Into Saturday, rain easing to showers with a side of cloud, another 13-degree day, and then a low of 6 degrees overnight. And that's the news this Thursday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. And you can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand. Manawatia a Matariki, enjoy your long weekend. We'll be back on Monday night. Nō reira, kia pai te po, ka kite anō.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.